Alright, so our 3/8 box of lime jello. And to that we're going to add some flour. I have got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And I went on and pre-measured, so maybe it won't take quite so long. And I've got 1 1/3 cups of sugar going in. To that, I need some salt to kind of balance out your sweet in there. And we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. There we go. And then we've got baking powder and baking soda in here. Baking powder is going to be 1 teaspoon. Measuring it off, it's got that little place on this Clever Girl where you can do it off an even teaspoon or whatever you're measuring, and I love that. And then with the baking soda, also 1 teaspoon as well. There we go. And I believe that's all of our dry ingredients. So before we add any wet ingredients, I got one of these whisks that y'all sent me. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to whisk everything around, because if you add wet ingredients without whisking all your dry ingredients, you'll get little clumps of baking soda or baking powder. So I'm going to just start dumping in here. I'm going to put some orange juice, 3/4 cup. And the orange juice is a really nice addition, because it too enhances a flavor in here, that lime flavor. And I need 1 tablespoon of one of my little limes. So I'm going to cut this. And of course, if you use the lemon, you could do lemon juice, and so on and so forth. Y'all are like, Amy, we got it the first time. But y'all know what I mean. I just love to say that each time. And I need like 1 tablespoon, and I don't quite have a tablespoon on that little lime. Little limes are a little smaller and not quite as juicy as a lemon, but I tell you, these limes are pretty juicy. We're almost there. There we go. Into that it goes. What next do we need? We need some vegetable oil. And you can put 1 1/2 cups of vegetable oil or corn oil. Today I'm going to use coconut oil. I just thought that would be really nice addition to the lime and coconut, right? And this is coconut oil, and it doesn't have, mine's organic and it's unflavored, so you don't taste coconut, but maybe just the tiniest little bit. But that's not the traditional cake recipe. It's just some sort of oil, like vegetable oil or corn oil. 1 1/2 cups. Let me make sure I'm not telling a fib over here. Yes, that's it. Yum, yum. And that coconut oil is supposed to be a lot better for us. Supposed to be. This year. It might change next year. Y'all know how all that goes. Right? And let's see. We also need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Also enhances flavors. Yes, it does. Oh, vanilla. And let's see, I've got my orange juice, my lemon juice, my vanilla, my oil, and now the last thing we need to do is some eggs, and I do need to whisk them pretty good. Just kind of beat my eggs up just a little bit into this. 5 of them, I know, it makes it a really nice rich cake. 5 eggs are going in. I want to get all those eggs, all the richness of that egg. Put that there. Alright, y'all. We're just going to stir this and mix this up. Let me put this right here. I'm going to show y'all what I prepared. I am going to put it in the oven on 350 degrees preheated in 3 8-inch little cake pans. Start calling them pie pans. But you could use some 9-inch ones if you want to. I like the 8-inch just because to me it looks a little bit neater when you're stacking a cake, but that's just me and my goofiness. You could do it in a 9 by 13 if you want to carry this to a gathering, a family gathering, or a church social or whatever. And then you've got your lid and you could just leave it in that pan and frost it. So that might be the easier way to transport it. You could do that. You could make cupcakes out of this. Wouldn't that be fantastic? And instead of buttering and flouring, I just sprayed mine with some of this Baker's Joy. There's other brands out there that I get too. And it's already got everything, the flour, everything. It's like you really worked on that. Isn't that something? I know. So, I need to evenly distribute this between my 3 9-inch pans. I mean 8-inch. Excuse me. I really need to quit saying measurements and everything on here, because all I do is say it wrong when I'm talking to y'all. I'm telling you, while you're doing something and talking, it's amazing. If you haven't tried it, try it. And you'll say, oh, I get it. Y'all see, I'm trying to be even right now. So I'm starting off with 1 cup in each one. Okay, y'all, I'm going to put these, I just put these on a pan just for easier in and out of the oven. They're going in there 350 degrees. And I'm going to set my oven on those 8-inch pans for about 20 minutes. And while our cake is still baking, we need to make this glaze, because while the cake's still warm, so it'll absorb this glaze, is when we'll put it on. We're going to need 1/2 cup of lime juice, fresh lime juice, and 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. So I'm going to put that in there. And now let's measure out. I'm going to let y'all know how many limes it takes me to get 1/2 cup of lime juice, okay? They're all different. Some limes are juicier than others and bigger than others, so I don't know how many limes to tell you to use. I just got me a whole bag of limes. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1/2 limes. So 4.5 is what it took me. Right? You could probably do with 4. As long as they're juicy, decent sized limes. And he's just going to be fine, because I'm going to put him in me some water for supper. There goes our cakes. Let me check them out. They've been in there 25 minutes, okay? Let's see. Let's see what they are looking like. I don't see them jiggling. They're perfect. 25 minutes for your 8-inch cake pans on 350. Or at least that's what my oven did. Aren't they gorgeous? Alright guys, I'm going to let those cool just a minute. And into our 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar, we're going to put that 1/2 cup of lime juice. That's easy enough to remember, isn't it? I'm going to stir this together until all the sugar's dissolved in our lime juice. And I'm going to let these cakes cool for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'm going to put them on a rack, okay? A cooling rack, and we will put this glaze on there. So I'll see y'all back in just a second. We've got our glaze. I got my little brush, okay? And I've got my cakes cooling here on a rack, but they're still nice and warm. I just turned them out. And my rack wasn't big enough for all 3 of these, so I just put one on my pan. And I'm going to brush this on. You can just pour it on, but sometimes when I'm pouring, I'll accidentally pour most of it on one cake. So I try to be a little more even with it, like this, with my brush. Y'all know what I mean? Now I need to let these completely cool down all the way before we ice it, okay? So I'm going to see y'all back in just a little bit. Okay, y'all, we are down to the icing. Yes, we are, or the frosting, or whatever we want to call it. We're going to use 1 box or 1 pound box of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar. But first, I'm going to cream the cream cheese and the butter. This is just your traditional cream cheese frosting. And if you get this out and it's not room temperature and it's refrigerated, unwrap it just like I did and put it in this bowl and put it in your microwave for like 10-second intervals until it's got the chill off of it real good. Don't get it warm, you know, because we're going to ice a cake with it. And then room temperature stick of unsalted butter is what I have. I'm going to cream these together and then I'll come back to y'all. Okay guys, that's just been a minute or two. And I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla in here. That will just enhance that cream cheese flavor. Yummy! I know. And this 1 box of powdered sugar. And you know, if we put it all in there at one time, you know what it's going to do. It's going to make Christmas rain down in here on us. It looks like it's snowing. So I'm just going to put about 1/3 of it and work it in there slowly, okay? Just a couple more minutes and it's nice and smooth. Let's taste it. I know. Y'all want to taste? I always wish so bad I could just, I'd stand here and just feed y'all till it was gone. Yes! That tastes just like cream cheese frosting, which I love. Or icing, I don't know. I don't know which one to say. I never do. Okay guys, I put me a little dollop of icing on my cake pedestal because that way your cake won't slide around off of it. Before I learned that the hard way. Man, I was dancing a jig in the kitchen trying to catch that cake. Carefully, I'm placing this up here because I'm going to tell you what, this little cake is moist, but it's going to be good like that, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes. And if your cake falls apart whatsoever, guess what? No problem, because we're about to frost it, right? I know. So just put you just a little layer right down in here in the middle layers, because we need plenty for the outside. Just ice it however you want to. I kind of like to do it where it's got a little bit of design on the outside on this particular one. And I used that half a lime to cut up and try to make something pretty on the top. Yes, I did. I did do that. Let's see here, guys. Yummy. The sun's still shining outside. I love to take my food outside and take pictures of it, because the sunlight is so pretty on it. Y'all, I took that half a lime that we had left over and I made me some thin slices out of it, and then I cut them in half, but not all the way where they're still together like that. And then you see him, I'm just taking him, I kind of twist him like that. Isn't that pretty? Same thing with him. I did me 3 slices and I'm just going to kind of twist them. Kind of twist them and sort of place them kind of beside one another like that. Just like that. How pretty is that? Something else you could do is like zest a lime all over it and give it little green speckles on there. That would be really pretty. I want to come show y'all. And you know we got to cut into it, right? Yes, we do. See it up close. Isn't that beautiful? I can tell it's so moist. Y'all saw it rendered me speechless. Can you see this? I'm going to come show y'all, but I'm too afraid to let it just sit there and toggle on that cake server. Oh my, oh my. This is the time I wish so badly I could give y'all a bite. Do y'all see this cake? Do you see that? Look, you can see how moist it is. Oh my goodness. Watch this. Watch this. Mmm.